What's going on, Toy Fan? Project Piper Customs here, and we are back with another review. And next up on the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Armoured Thanos Build-A-Figure Wave, we finally get to Captain America. Fuck yeah! I swear if Trey Parker and Matt Stone had written Captain America and not Team America, this would still be the theme tune. But unlike Steve Rogers, I can't do this all day, so let's go. Welcome back, Toy Fam. So let's get Mr. Rogers up close and see what he doesn't come with. A lot of empty space. I guess there's a lot of empty space in the budget too. Alright, let's have a look. Yay for promotional artwork. Little read up at the back there. And yeah, you don't need to collect all of these to get him. We've finally got to you, you bastard. Yes, he comes with absolutely nothing to do with the Armoured Thanos, and yeah, probably be the biggest peg warmer unless you're trying to go for the ensemble of all of them in their Quantum Relm suits. You know, if you need any more on the cheap side, you've obviously got that 2-pack and the other ones that are coming out with the different heads. But yeah, more often than not, if you're trying an army build, you're just going to pick this dude up. The only thing that he's good for. And yeah, more artwork. So let's just stop wasting time and get this one done with. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look and see what Habsro have given us here. Now, if you have not seen Avengers Endgame yet, then I suggest you tune out because I'm about to drop spoilers. Although I'm not sure if this is already a spoiler or not. But basically, this is his Quantum Relm suit. Okay, this is the interpretation of it from the movie. They released a 2-pack where, you know, and there's scenes in the trailer where you see all of them lined up in these suits, and obviously unless you've seen the movie you know what they're about, but let's bring him in closer and have a look. Okay, now obviously we've got this is the helmet that was from Avengers 1 but with the updated Chris Evans head sculpt, and that looks pretty good. I'm quite cool with that, and the actual overall design, the sculpt work on this Quantum Relm suit is really cool. As you can see, there's some sort of texturing going on just there. Underneath the panels, kind of reminiscent of Cap's sort of scaling going on, obviously with the Avengers A there. But obviously what happens with Habsro quite often or not, they get sent concept art. They make the figures for based on the concept art to get out as you know, to get the figures on the shelves around the time of the movie, and then as the movie is having its last final touches of editing, they completely change the design or they change the colour scheme. And yeah, this is what's happened here. Obviously, they've gone in with the grey, and in the movie, they're all white. All these grey panels are completely white. So, I know I do feel bad on Habsro for that, but you know, and Marvel Studios keep screwing them over with concept art to basically what we end up getting in the movie. More often than not, looks nothing like each other. So, but I've seen a few people customise theirs on Instagram by just repainting all these grey panels into white, and it looks pretty decent. So over that, you know, going over the sculpt work again, as you can see, it's really detailed on the back. We've got some cool harnesses there, and yeah, the sculpt work's there. As I said before, they put in tons of sculpt work onto the MCU figures because I guess there's more detail going into them, into the designs, rather than their comic book counterparts, which are pretty basic and standard. You know, there's not really much in the way of details that need to be sculpted on. But for the MCU stuff, man, because obviously they're so complex, this is a nice little light blue there. And yeah, the design on this is pretty sweet. I really like it. It's a nice cool design. Shame the colour scheme wasn't correct, but yeah, obviously they put some budget into this. So with that, let's have a look and see what he comes with. Okay, moving on to his accessories, and he comes with his shield. And that is it. No Thanos Build-A-Figure piece, just his shield. And we've seen this quite a few times on any other MCU cap that we get. Last time we saw this was with the 10th anniversary Civil War 2-pack with Crossbones. We got one of these, so I've got another one of these kicking around somewhere. But I do like these shields. You know, they're quite nice metallic painted. But yeah, that's all he comes with. But considering this is a Quantum Relm suit, And with all the 2-packs, you could technically say that the whole figure itself is an accessory, because obviously they're all wearing them. So the fun part about this figure will be seeing what head sculpts can go on the peg to get different looks for anyone anyone else on the team. So obviously with the shield itself, let's have a quick look. For the most part, it's pretty nice. I've got a couple of scratches and scuffs that have appeared on this one, as you can see right there, and there, which is a shame, but it is what it is with Hasbro. So if we pop this off, it's a little bit of a pain. So got the shield off, had to do it off camera, it's a bit of a pain. Now, one thing with this particular Captain America is obviously the reason why he has his Avengers 1 helmet on is, spoiler alert if you have not seen the film, is obviously this is the time period which Captain America goes back into, is the time period of the first Avengers movie. So underneath this, the suit would go away and will reveal his Avengers 1 outfit, so he can roam around in disguise without being noticed. So, all of them wearing Ant-Man style helmets when they're travelling through the Quantum Realm. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to try the Ant-Man helmet. So let me pop the head off, get a look at the peg right there, and where is it? Let's bring Ant-Man in. Alright, let's try and pop his head off just for some fun and see how it looks on. See if it will go. Yeah, it sits on pretty nice. So there you go. And also this would work for Ant-Man in the Quantum Realm. So, but yeah, as all of them are wearing Ant-Man style helmets, I thought this was pretty fun to try. And if you're a customizer like myself, you could paint these up into the same sort of scheme, and there you go. Alright, so that's how Ant-Man's head looks on there, or the helmet. And whilst we're on about Ant-Man, let's see how Mr. Paul Rudd's head looks. See if that fits on there. I think it should. And a bit tight, but there it goes, it does pop on. So that is how Mr. Rudd looks in his Quantum Realm suit. Yeah, he's enjoying it. Alright, okay, so that's that head. And I don't have a decent Tony Stark head, but I thought, even though this ain't going to fit at all, let's get the SH Figure Arts Tony Stark head. Now obviously the peg, no chance. But if I bend the peg back, and you can get an idea for how Robert Downey Jr.'s head would sit on this body. It's not the best, unless he's looking down all miserable in sorrow. But yeah, if you've got a decent Tony Stark head out there, it should work on this body. So you're just giving you a visual, seeing how it looks. So there's that. Have I got anything else? Oh yeah, the unmasked Captain America head from the Civil War body. Okay, I'm not sure if this will work. Peg hole looks pretty small, and doesn't look like that's going to go. No, the hole's way too small. So it would need if you wanted this head on there, it would need some modification either on the peg or inside, which is a shame. But if I bend that back down, then you can get a feel for how he looks. Obviously ridiculous, but it can't fit on the peg, but about that level, yeah, that will look pretty good if you can get some modifications going. But yeah, the fun part about all this would be the head swapping. See what works and what don't. And yeah. Okay. Let's get the old Steve Rogers head back, which is here. Okay. Now let's move on to some articulation. Alrighty, Roo, let's get on to some articulation. Come here, you. Alright. Now, obviously, pretty much standard Marvel Legend here, in terms of the head can look that far back, and that far forward, and side to side. Okay, shoulders can come up that far, with full 360, bicep swivel, double joint on the elbows. Okay, and then of course we got a hinge, which goes about that far. Can't really go back anymore because of the sculpt hindrance, but it can come forward, down like that. And then of course swivel on the wrist, and it would be the exact same on this arm. Okay, you can crunch quite far forward, quite far back. Waist swivel, he has an impressive Van Damme going on. Okay, his foot can come out that far, kick out about that far back, not bad. And then we have upper thigh swivel, which is quite stiff on mine. There you go. Okay, double joints at the knee, kicks back that far. Okay, you go back that far on the foot, that far forward, and has a lovely little rocker. Alrighty, and the exact same for the other leg. Get round the right way, you. There you go. Okay, so now you can see how flexible he is, and let's see how he stacks up next to some other figures. Size comparisons, here we come. And here he is next to some other Marvel Legend MCU Captain Americas, and on the left we have the Captain America Civil War from the Crossbones 2-pack, and on the right here we have the Avengers 1 Captain America from the Hulkbuster UK exclusive wave, and Jesus Christ, we need an updated version of him. And yes, I've tried his head on that body, and no, it does not work at all, nor does it fit. But anyway, moving on. And here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Avengers Infinity War Captain America and the Mezco Commander Rogers. Here he is next to his MCU Wave mates, and we have here the Avengers Infinity War Ebony Maw and the Avengers Endgame Ronan/Hawkeye. Okay, final thoughts on this guy, and he actually took me by surprise with awesome detail in the sculpt. There's no reason why you shouldn't pick him up, there's plenty there, and also with the updated Avengers 1 cowl and Chris Evans head sculpt, definitely worthy of being in your collection. Just a shame that it was based on the concept art and not the final design in terms of colour scheme, but that's where you get to flex your customising muscles, and also a great pickup if you're looking to army build the Quantum Relm suits from Avengers Endgame. And that will do it for me, guys. Thanks again so much for watching. If you could finger bang the hell out of the like, subscribe and notification bell buttons to stay up to date with all the content I've got dropping, that would be sweet. I am on the Book of Faces and the Grams of Insta on Project Piper Customs, and if you could check out Toy Comics Inc. for some awesome toy photography and weekly competitions to get inspired and get involved. And if you're in the UK and a collector or a toy photographer and want to get connected in the network that we have here, then check out the website for Plastic Action UK for all the tips and tricks to up your game, and also all our social medias and YouTube for weekly podcasts. The links will be in the description. And that will be it for now, guys. Thanks again so much, and until next time,